AITAH for supporting my husband's cruelty towards his bio child. My husband, 42M, and I, 36F, have a very solid relationship. We have been together for about 13 years, have no children but are very active on my nephew's, 4M, Mark life. For some background, my husband has a child, 16F, Laura, with whom only my MIL and to some degree FIL have a relationship with from his nuclear family. The reason being she was conceived when her mom poked holes to the condoms. It was a whole drama about it and my MIL begging my husband to have a relationship with Laura, but he simply couldn't. He even had to get psychiatric help in order to be able to cope with it. The mom admitted she did it, so he would stay with her due to responsibility, but it did not work. He pays child support because the law mandates it, but nothing more. I didn't hear about this news from my husband, but from my MIL, and she emphasized that she liked me a lot and hoped I would be a good enough person and procure a relationship between my husband and Laura. I was flabbergasted and asked my now husband about it because my MIL made it seem so different than the truth. He explained he was going to tell me before we moved in together, and to be fair, he kind of had already gave me little infos here and there and explained the whole situation and even told me I could go to therapy with him and see the psych info if I wanted, but things were not like my MIL said. His sister confirmed this as well and explained this issue was the reason she was not as close to her parents anymore. Things went okay-ish for some time and even the wedding went without issues. We all have several boundaries and MIL more or less respects them. Although she still have constant communication with Laura and her mom, we have several cycles of very LC with her. But things went to overdrive once my SIL got pregnant with Mark. MIL started telling everybody it was not her first grandchild and all that cryptic stuff. My husband was so uncomfortable about it. She pushed for Laura to be involved in birthday parties, christening, etc., but we all said no. She also invited both of them to her birthday party a couple times, and we simply did not attend. Now the new issue is that Laura has been so sad for not having the bio dad in her life. My husband said no and left immediately. I stayed while grabbing our stuff since I had brought food and told her it was not going to happen. According to my MIL, Laura just wants to know my husband since he is her real dad, and despite being okay with her stepdad, it's not the same. She said she will give her our address and contact info because she is desperate for a connection. I told her I would call the police on all of them. I said my SIL will be very upset with her when she hears of this and to not be surprised to get less access to Mark. MIL called my husband cruel and me a bad person for encouraging his cruelty towards an innocent child. I told her I understand Laura is innocent, but she most likely would not be asking the same if it was a woman who conceived in the same circumstances. AITAH, edit. I thank you all for your opinions even if you say we are monsters or cruel. I'm trying to keep up, but I think I need to clarify some things. I asked if AITAH not because I want to betray my husband, but because I stand by him no matter what. The condom did not break and he was very into safe sex. She assured him she was on the pill, but he wanted to be safer by using condoms. Yes, she admitted to poking holes when he asked her if she would consider an abortion, and if not, if they could co-parent because he really didn't want a relationship anymore. She admitted to it. MIL knows all of this. She is not in jail because MIL begged my husband to not report it, and he just wanted it all over. My FIL is like Switzerland now. At the beginning he was up in arms until my SIL asked him if he would feel the same if it happened to her. MIL is on thin ice with SIL since she introduced Mark to Laura on a zoo outing without consulting SIL first. MIL is not allowed alone time with Mark anymore. He has to pay child support until Laura is 18 or done with education in the country we live. He already made sure to make a will leaving her the minimum allowed by law, since you can't disinherit children in the country, but you can leave them the least amount. MIL is very distraught at this since he had me and Mark as main beneficiaries. Husband does not want to meet Laura, give her a letter, etc. I am not going to make him do that. I do believe my MIL is pushing harder since Mark was born because my husband is amazing with him. We even took him on a trip recently, and we are very loving towards him. We also spend a bunch on him because we want. We own our place, but it's all in my name for obvious reasons. I don't know if Laura knows, but I would never tell her because it is not my place, and despite everything, I think it is horrible to learn and worse from someone you don't even know.